Ladies and gentlemen, a few moments ago, I was observing social media, and there was an interview with the leader of Proud Boys. And you know what we've been hearing about the Proud Boys. They were playing a major role in that engagement of insurrection at the Capitol on the 6th of January. Now, they've tried to change that around from everything from an insurrection to a party. But anyway, we saw it. We know what happened. People died. People hurt. People were abused. The system failed us. And now, as I sit there and I'm listening to this guy talking about what took place, and all of those who stood by and gave them a free pass, still trying to give them a free pass, still trying to say this is cool, Donald Trump, to some, the worst figure that has ever been in the White House, who has done nothing for the people, might have done a hell of a lot for the Republicans, did nothing for the people, but divided them, and the nation, half of them or a third of them, say they can't wait to get him back. Even you got leaders, politicians who are representing certain states who agree with the lies, the alternative truths, and supports this. Now, is this just these individuals, or does the state do they still truly represent the state? If they don't, then they should be leaving office pretty soon. But what I can't understand is how these senators who went against the Constitution, who engaged themselves in the process of this insurrection, and still sitting up in a position of power, a position of decision making. As an individual, they do not have that authority. If they represent the people, if the people from their areas, their jurisdiction, if that's their point of view, then perhaps they got a right to be there. But everybody should be aware of what you got there. You got a bunch of liars, a bunch of haters and bigots and racists and people like that. Understand that and don't be suckered into their thing. One thing that got my attention, though, before the interview ended, is that the Proud Boys said they're not trying to, the way they want to defeat the country is by becoming representatives of the country. In other words, rather than go in there and beat them out like they were trying to do on the 6th, vote them out or have them too afraid to run or have the money put behind guys who are racist, guys who are bigots, who are haters, who can't stand people of other color, who wants to oppress and abuse. They want to be in office. And a whole bunch of the nation wants them there. They don't care what they do. They can't do no wrong. I think about that when I'm reminded of in the 80s when there was a young man came around offered people the pleasures of paradise, peace, prosperity, freedom, joy, fulfillment of dreams, no lying, no cheating, no stealing. Everybody got a job, everybody having a fantastic life, and nobody was interested in that, not the world, not the government, not the church, or anybody. And now that which they rejected is allowed the door to be open for the worst hell they've ever imagined to be right there at their door. And that bothers me. I don't know how you feel about it. When you look at the Democrats looking at Proud Boys and people for Trump, they think these are demons. And they are. They are demons because they got plans for themselves. They got no plans for the liberals. They got no plans for the Democrats. They got no plans for people of color. That's equal to the plans for the whites. They don't have that. So, not falling less than required, they are demonic. But let's switch that. Flip that script. Look at the Democrats. Do they have plans that will cover all of the conservatives? Do they have plans that will cover all of people of color? Do they? Of course not. So what does that mean? That means they are demonic as well. That says to all of us here in America that we are being ran and held bondage to immoral system of government, and that it can change if there's anybody in the nation who knows how or what it is or want it. So I say, stand up, or your voice is already speaking loud. Thank you.